Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck.
J-Lo and Ben Affleck are having marriage problems.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck.
Jennifer Lopez.
Actress, singer, businesswoman Jennifer Lopez. Yes, her fourth marriage may be over.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are splitting up.
I've been married 4 times now.
It seemed like a fairy tale, but it really wasn't.
There's always a thing that you don't see coming. And just when you think you've got him, you realize that he's been playing you the whole time.
Clad in white, her heart shattered and her spirit broken, Jennifer Lopez was captured looking at one of her mansion's terraces. She was probably absorbed in introspective reverie, exploring the depths of her consciousness. Lopez's mood was good content to the media guys, yet the cameras could not capture the exact thoughts running through her mind. The estate, which once hosted the burning love she shared with Ben, was empty, soaked in uncomfortable silence. They purchased it together in May 2023 for $60 million because they probably believed that their love would last this time. According to an insider, it hit her hard. She is very upset and disappointed with Ben. Now, we'll take you through the whole scene. So why not just subscribe and on the bells button to ride with us? Let's rewind a bit.
Hello. I'm sorry. Do we know each other?
Not yet.
But back to the room where both of them had a read-through session for the film, Giggly, where the Bennifer spark that founded the creation of a love story documentary began 2 decades ago. Love is a beautiful thing.
Hey, you drive me crazy. I don't even know why I had a crush on you.
It does not only reflect through actions, but it shines in the eyes. That's a mushy line from a lovebird, and it's safe to say that Jennifer Lopez is one of them. In a video interview, she retold how she and Ben met. The first time I met him in that film was at the read-through. They did a read-through of the whole thing, and I remember just walking in, and I think he was outside, smoking a cigarette, and I saw him, and we just talked for like a minute, and then I sat down and we did the read-through. I don't remember a whole bunch more about it, but I remember being on the set with him every day and loving it, she shared. Lopez and Affleck first met in 2002 on the set of their movie Giggly, which came out the following year. At the time, Lopez was married to her second husband, Chris Judd, which means there was a first marriage that didn't work out. Her divorce from Judd marked a new beginning for Lopez and Affleck, and shortly after bottling the butterflies within them, they went public with their romance. Then, just like every other celebrity romance, the duo quickly became one of the biggest couples in Hollywood and one of the first to receive a hybrid couple name, Bennifer. The spotlight was on them, and it was quite intense. Everything went so fast, and in a November 2002 interview with Diane Sawyer, Lopez revealed her engagement to Affleck, describing it as traditional, but also in a very spectacular way, as, of course, Ben would do it. It was very, very beautiful. At the time, a custom-made Harry Winston pink diamond solitaire engagement ring was already glistening on her left finger. In her interview with Sawyer, she further acknowledged that some people viewed their relationship as unlikely, but pointed out that she and the actor had bonded over similar upbringings. So, heading into 2003, Lopez and Affleck were a hot topic, one of the most popular Hollywood couples to appear in the tabloids, and were infamously hounded by the paparazzi. Lopez even acknowledged their notoriety in the music video for her song Jenny from the Block, which featured paparazzi shots of herself and Affleck. According to Lopez, they were not trying to have a public relationship. They just happened to be at the birth of tabloids, and it was like, oh my god, it was just a lot of pressure. Fast forward to days before the duo were set to be married in Santa Barbara on September 14, 2003, they announced in a statement that they would be postponing their marriage, citing the intense media spotlight as the reason for the postponement. What if that was not the reason, because in January 2004, the bomb happened? They broke off the engagement. Perhaps Giggly should never have happened. Despite their chemistry on screen, the film bombed at the box office and was panned by critics. It was a flop, and the lovebirds' romance ended up being a flop too. That's a jinx in there.
What?
Maybe.
Less than 2 weeks after the film's release, Affleck admitted on The Tonight Show that the movie wasn't good and they got buried. But he won Jennifer's heart. They fell in love, yet at the end of the day, their souls were drenched in grief. So, where did the love story documentary come from? Just a bit more story, and we will get there. Fast forward to 20 years later, in April 2021, following Lopez's split from Alex Rodriguez, there was a spark of affection between Jennifer and Ben. Should we call it a rebirth of love? the duo were spotted in Montana together, photographed riding in a car together near a resort in Big Sky, where Affleck has a home. This rekindling of love was dismissed as friendship goals, though. Furthermore, at the Venice Film Festival in September 2021, the duo returned to the red carpet for the first time since reuniting. It was a big night for the two, but especially for Affleck as it was the premiere of his film, The Last Duel. Lopez chatted with People for the 2022 Love Issue, opening up about the loves in her life, ranging from her kids to her rekindled relationship with Affleck. "I feel so lucky and happy and proud to be with him. It's a beautiful love story that we got a second chance," she said. Second chances are indeed beautiful, and it's evident from the big weddings the duo had. While chatting with Zane Lowe on Apple Music One, Lopez opened up about her and Affleck's breakup in 2004. "It was so painful after we broke up. Once we called off that wedding 20 years ago, it was the biggest heartbreak of my life. I honestly felt like I was going to die. It sent me on a spiral for the next 18 years where I just couldn't get it right. But now, 20 years later, it does have a happy ending. It has the most would never happen in Hollywood ending." However, not all second chances herald happy endings. Lopez filed for divorce from Affleck on the second anniversary of their Georgia wedding ceremony. The actress filed the paperwork without using a lawyer and was technically self-represented. She tried hard to make things work, and is heartbroken, according to a source. So this takes us back to her lost look at one of their mansion's terraces in Beverly Hills. Recently, Jennifer requested the court to change her legal last name from Affleck to her maiden name, Lopez. This means that once the divorce is finalized, her official name will be Jennifer Lynn Lopez. This marks the end of a fourth marriage for the singer and a second for Affleck, who was married to Jennifer Garner from 2005 to 2018. According to one of her pals in the singing industry, she loves him. She will always love him. That's the problem. Insisting that Lopez tried her best to save the sinking ship despite living apart from Ben for months. From a Hollywood source's account, the Bennifer romance, both 1.0 and 2.0, is believed to be the greatest love story ever known. A beautiful fairy tale. She just really didn't stop to consider who the actual man was in the fairy tale, the source said about Affleck. The insider even went so far as to establish that the kind of big love Jennifer believes in is not in Ben's DNA. What about the love story documentary? If the documentary could grip the hearts of people so much and create some inspiration for love, why was there a divorce? Was it just a facade? Who is the real devil in this love story? And just so you know, Jennifer Lopez never wanted to do the documentary. If you would recall, Lopez released quite a few projects, interspersed with her expression about love earlier this year, and she ultimately took the flak for them all. Now, sources report that one of these projects, namely the documentary The Greatest Love Story Never Told, and her other movie This Is Me Now, released as a package combo with her first studio album in 10 years, was pitched by Ben Affleck's company Artists Equity. Lopez reportedly didn't want to pursue it. Early on in the documentary, Lopez's idea to create a project that delved into her love story was met with resistance from her inner circle. Following her heart, she explained that though Affleck has never been one to be open about his private life, he just supported her artistic expression. "I don't think he's very comfortable with me doing all of this, but he loves me. He knows I'm an artist, and he's going to support me in every way he can. He doesn't want to stop me. But that doesn't mean he's comfortable being the muse," she said. Affleck added, "Jen is inspired by this experience, which is how artists do their work. They get inspired, and their personal lives move them. I know as a writer and director, I certainly do the same things. But things that are private, I'd always felt are sacred and special because, in part, they are private. So this was something of an adjustment for me." But it was a big fat lie. It was reported that even though Affleck felt uncomfortable with the revealing look at their marriage and how much attention the documentary brought to his relationship with Lopez, he was highly involved with the editing of the film. The source explained, "He was very supportive of Lopez making the movie and her album. He knew every step of the way what she was doing. He loved the movie and album, but when you look at the doc, it looks like he's surprised by it and not signing up for it. He was playing the role of the regular guy, and meanwhile, he was the engine in the back of it. It's confusing because he was so involved and so proud of Jennifer since she got in there. But in the doc, it looks like he was surprised. Well, it was all for the camera, which paints a picture that many things were tangled about their relationship. Perhaps their love was just for the media. Perhaps Ben didn't love Jennifer. Perhaps they were not just meant to be regardless of their efforts. Perhaps there is something deeper, something darker that we don't know. Just perhaps. Now, one of the most viral responses to the big breakup was to root for Lopez and Affleck to get married again in another 20 years. Well, unfortunately, time is not a best friend. And with all the shadiness that revolved around Bennifer 2.0, there might not be a 3.0. Third chances? Not a chance. But don't take a chance. Subscribe for all the inside looks into the life of your favorite celebrities.